Super Tuscans are one of the most important categories in the wine world. Do you know what a Super Tuscan wine is? Let's dive into the history of one of Italy's most famous wine categories and discover the top 10 Super Tuscans. Welcome to Wine Basics by Phil of Pino, where we create wine education videos for beginners and wine lovers. Super Tuscan is a term used to describe a category of high-quality wines from Tuscany that don't adhere to the traditional DOCG regulations for that region. The term was coined as a way to categorize innovative wines that incorporated non-indigenous grape varieties, such as Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and Syrah, alongside and instead of the traditional Sangiovese grape. However, some wines that are 100% Sangiovese are considered Super Tuscans, as the term includes wines from Tuscany that simply do not follow the strict rules of the Chianti appellation. Because they did not meet the strict DOCG requirements, Super Tuscans were initially classified as Vino da Tavola, or table wine, the lowest classification for Italian wine. However, their quality and popularity led to the creation of the Indicazione Geografica Tipica, or IGT classification, which many Super Tuscans now carry. Super Tuscans can be quite expensive and are often considered among the best wines in the world. This is our list of the top 10 Super Tuscans. Number 10. Lodovico Antinori Tenuta de Bizerno, Lovo Toscana. The Lovo Toscana IGT is the flagship wine from Tenuta de Bizerno, located in Tuscany's coastal Maremma region. It is often considered a cult wine due to its limited production and high demand. This highly esteemed wine is named after Lodovico Antinori, the legendary winemaker who founded the estate. It is recognized as one of Tuscany's finest Super Tuscan Bordeaux-style blends. The dominant grape variety is Cabernet Franc, which is blended with Merlot and Petit Verdot and sourced from Tenuta de Bizerno's finest vineyard plots in the Alta Maremma. Lodovico is produced in limited quantities, which contributes to its exclusivity among collectors. It typically retails for $400 to $600 per bottle, though prices can vary based on the vintage and market demand. Since its inception, Lovo Toscana has consistently received high praise from critics, earning scores in the 95 to 100 range. Its refined balance of power and elegance places it among Tuscany's finest wines. Number 9. Fontana Flaccinello della Pieve. The historic estate has been owned by the Minetti family since 1968, who were better known for making terracotta tiles. However, their passion for wine means that over the years, there has been a development of very attentive care to the cultivation of their vineyards and the production of great wines. The vineyards and wines are certified organic, and biodynamic practices are also used during the cultivation and creation of the wines. This is one of the most important single varietal Super Tuscans that is made from 100% Sangiovese. This age-worthy and prestigious wine ranges between 100 to 200 per bottle. However, the legendary vintage of 2001 can sometimes hover around $300 in some markets. Number 8. Monte Vertine Le Pergola Torte. Monte Vertine Le Pergola Torte is one of Italy's most revered wines, particularly among enthusiasts of Sangiovese. The Monte Vertine estate was founded in 1967 by Sergio Manetti. La Pergola Torte is often seen as the benchmark for Sangiovese and has helped to elevate the status of this grape variety in the world of fine wine. Its purity and traditional winemaking approach have earned it a devoted following among collectors and connoisseurs. Depending on the vintage, Monte Vertine Le Pergola Torte can range from $150 to $300 per bottle. In 1981, Manetti decided not to include the white grape Trebbiano in the Monte Vertine blend, thus relinquishing the Chianti Classico designation. Due to this history, Monte Vertine is categorized as a Super Tuscan wine with its IGT classification. Number 7. Le Macchioli Mesorio. Le Macchioli Mesorio is a prized possession for wine collectors. The wine is produced by Le Macchioli, a highly esteemed winery founded in 1983 by Eugenio Capolme and Gencia Merle. The winery is known for producing top-quality wines that express the unique terroir of Bulgari, with a focus on single varietal wines. Mesorio is a single varietal wine made from 100% Merlot, showcasing the grape's potential as a standalone variety in the unique climate and soils of Bulgari. The grapes are grown in a Mediterranean climate and a mix of clay, limestone, and sandy soils. These conditions are ideal for producing high-quality Merlot with great depth and character. Outstanding vintages like 2004, 2010, and 2016 can exceed $500 per bottle, depending on market demand and availability. Number 6. Tarita Redigaffi. Tarita Redigaffi is one of Italy's most prestigious wines, renowned for its depth, complexity, and elegance. Tarita is a relatively young winery in the context of Italian winemaking, being founded in 1984 by Rita Tua and her husband Virgilio Bisti. Tarita is located in the Suverito area of coastal Tuscany and has a reputation for producing high-quality, small production wines. Redigaffi is a single varietal wine made entirely from Merlot. It gained international acclaim, particularly after the 2000 vintage received a perfect 100-point score from wine critic Robert Parker, a rare achievement for an Italian wine. This recognition helps cement Redigaffi's status as one of the most sought-after Merlots in the world. Exceptional vintages such as 2000, 2015, and 2016 can sometimes exceed $1,000 per bottle. Number 5. Antinori Tinello. Tinello is one of the most important wines in Italy. It is the most influential wine on this list, as it is often credited with pioneering the Super Tuscan movement. The wine is named after the Tinello vineyard, located in the heart of the Chianti Classico region. Tinello is produced by the Marchese Antinori estate from a winemaking family with a history dating back to 1385. The wine is a blend of predominantly Sangiovese, typically around 80%, with the remainder being Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc. This combination was revolutionary when the wine was first produced because it broke the traditional Chianti formula that required the inclusion of white grapes. Tinello was one of the first wines in the Chianti Classico region to be made without these white grapes, one of the first to be aged in small French oak barrels, and the first to be blended with non-indigenous grape varieties like Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc. These innovations led to the creation of the Super Tuscan category, which includes wines made outside the traditional STOCG regulations. Number 4. Tanut Del Orala Messetto. Tanut Del Orala Messetto is one of Italy's most esteemed wines, produced by the same estate that creates the renowned Ornellaia wine. Messetto is produced from a single vineyard on the Tanut Del Orala estate in the Bulgari region of Tuscany. The wine was first produced in 1986 and has since become one of the most sought-after wines in the world. Unlike many Super Tuscans, which are often blends, Messetto is made of 100% Merlot. The vineyard's clay-rich soil, which is unusual for the region, is particularly well-suited to this grape variety. Messetto has achieved cult status among wine collectors and connoisseurs. It is often compared to the top wines of Bordeaux, particularly the Merlots from Pomerol, such as Chateau Petrus. Its rarity, combined with consistently high ratings from wine critics, has made it one of the most expensive wines in Italy. Exceptional vintages, such as 2001, 2010, and 2015, can often exceed $2,000 per bottle. Number 3. Antinori Salaya. Salaya is produced by the Marchese Antinori estate from one of Italy's most respected winemaking families. The wine was first made in 1978, originally intended to be a blend using the best grapes from a specific vineyard on the Tinello estate, which is also owned by Antinori. Salaya is predominantly composed of Cabernet Sauvignon, with smaller amounts of Sangiovese and Cabernet Franc. Over the years, the blend has evolved, but Cabernet Sauvignon remains the dominant variety. Salaya's recent releases range from $200 to $400 per bottle. Older celebrated vintages, such as a 1997, 2004, or 2015, can be much more expensive, often reaching $500 or more per bottle. Number 2. Tanut Del Orala. Tanut Del Ornellaia is another iconic wine from the Bulgari region of Tuscany. Ornellaia was established in 1981 by Lodovico Antinori, a member of the famed Antinori winemaking family. In 1999, Robert Mondavi bought a minority of the estate and then gained full ownership in 2002. At the same time, he collaborated in partnership with the Frescobaldi family. In 2005, Frescobaldi gained complete ownership. Ornellaia is typically a blend of several Bordeaux varietals, primarily Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Cabernet Franc, and Petit Verdot. The exact composition can vary slightly from vintage to vintage. Since the debut of its first vintage, Ornellaia has consistently received high scores from wine critics and is often compared to the best wines of Bordeaux. Number 1. Tenuta Sanguido Sassacaia. Sassacaia was first produced in the 1940s by Mario Inchiza della Rocchetta, who wanted to create a Bordeaux-style wine in Italy. He planted Cabernet Sauvignon vines, which were uncommon in Italy at the time. He planted these vines on the estate's rocky soil, hence the name Sassacaia, which means stony ground in Italian. Tenuta Sanguido Sassacaia is one of Italy's most iconic wines and is often considered the top Super Tuscan. It is produced in Bulgari, located on the Tuscan coast. Sassacaia is primarily made from Cabernet Sauvignon, with a smaller portion of Cabernet Franc. The 1985 vintage is considered to be one of the greatest wines ever made and can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. However, current vintages can be found around $200 to $350 per bottle. And that's our top 10 Super Tuscans. If you'd like to try one, seek out younger vintages, which could be found around $100 to $200 per bottle. Of course, if you really want to throw down, the iconic 1985 vintage of Sassacaia will cost you up to $6,000 per bottle. In any event, have fun on your Super Tuscan journey.